How you doing, guys? It's Mario from MF Fly Tying. If you're new to the channel, thank you very much for joining us for the first time. Hopefully you enjoyed this video and you want to subscribe. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you very much for your continued support. So today in the vise we've got a cruncher. Really simple pattern. There's most of the flies I tie. There's nothing much to them. It's an excellent fly. Imitates a lot of different things, but it's basically just a nymph fished in your droppers. It's probably the best way to fish it, whether it's a washing line or straight lining or in between dries, anything really. Give it a go. But it's an excellent fly all year round. And as I said, it imitates a lot of different things in the water. So we'll go ahead and tie it. Again, we don't need too many materials. For this we're using a size 10 nymph hook, which is in the vise. Just using black thread. And we'll go ahead, get a bed of thread down, all the way down at the bottom where your barb would be. This is obviously a barbless hook. For the tail, this is just an old hen hackle that I'm using. I'm using this for both the tail and for the hackle as well at the end of the fly. So a wee pinch from the hackle. This one's not particularly long, so hopefully we've got enough material to tie it in there. Which we do. Okay, so got our tail tied in. Next thing we want to do is also on the way back up, tie in our rib. So this is a chartreuse small wire. So all the way up to the top and then bring it back down. And we're going to tie in our body. And our body for this fly is, this is actually a pre-knotted one that I've not finished, but just taking some of the feathers from the top. And it's a pheasant tail. So this is very much like a pheasant tail nymph. Very similar in its appearance. In fact, pheasant tail nymph is the very first fly that I used to catch a trout quite a number of years ago now, but that was at a fishery called Moffat, which is heading down towards Abington on the M74. I think the fishery's still there, but I don't believe it's as good as it previously was. But anyone that's watching, let me know if you've been, what's going on down at Moffat. So a wee bit of glue just down at the bottom, and I'm going to use, oh sorry, over the top of the fly, just to protect this pheasant tail. And we're just going to bring that up the body, just in touch and turns, to create the body. Just get that locked off. And then what we'll do is we'll bring our wire, so one turn up at the back and then an open turns, rib the body of our fly. As I said, easy fly to tie. I know there's a lot of novices that watch the channel. I get quite a few messages asking about materials and what they should buy and what I think of this material, that material. And to be honest with you, I think for most of us, you know, we tend to go out there and buy every material, every colour that's available. But my opinion is, I mean, sometimes these flies can be the difference of catching, you know, those extra few fish, but for the most part, it's the kind of traditional colours, traditional patterns that tend to work. So for the thorax, I'm just using, I think this is a chuck and duck dubbing I'm using. Again, any dubbing that you wish, you can change that. You can add UV into it, you can make it just natural black, anything that takes your fancy really. So we've got our fly almost finished. We just need to add in our hackle at the front. So again, as I said, this is the hen hackle that I'm using, and I'm going to tie it in just at the tip. So this is the weakest point of the feather, so just be careful when you do this, he says, before he breaks it. Sure that's tied in. And then before you start wrapping it, what to do is just pull those feathers back the way towards the back of the fly, so that when you make your turns, they will sit towards the back of the fly, which this one is not. Let's give that one a go again. So pull them back. Every turn, just pull those, encourage the feathers to go back. Just take your time, make sure that you've got it tied in the way that you want it, and then tie that off. Pull everything to the back, and then just build up your head and come in there with your whip finish, which I've finally managed to get a new one. Oh, this isn't an old one, this isn't a new one, but it's an old one that I found in the way in the box. So get that tied off, and then remove your waist piece. Right guys, is your finished cruncher. So if you enjoyed that, very similar to a pheasant tail nymph. Fish is great, you can fish it all year round, but it's a great pattern whether you're fishing for brown trout or rainbows. So if you enjoyed it, give us a wee thumbs up. If you're new, hopefully you enjoyed it enough to give us a subscribe, and I'll catch you on the water. Tight lines guys.